Hello everyone, this is Pilpoh. Welcome back to Star Technology. Now, I'm stood right here today, so you know what that means. Today, that's right, we are going to sort out our Naquadah situation. And I will admit, I've done a lot between episodes. I have done a lot between episodes. I kind of went on a tear a little bit, and yeah, I've been making loads and loads of those big patterns. Like if we come over here, I've actually deleted the patterns for the cobbleworks and the sifter because I've been using them for other stuff. Like we've made 2 more chemical plants and it looks like it's going to work. I hope it does at least, right? Anyway, down here, I want to show you what we've got. So I have set up a chemical plant right here. And I don't know, I set this to do 4 at a time. I did. Lovely. What about this one? Yeah, 4 at a time. Perfect. Yeah. These 2 right here, one of these is purely for this stuff. I don't know how you say it. Should we give it a go? Fluoroantimonic acid. Fluoroantimonic acid. That's a cool name, to be fair. And yeah, this one is currently not doing anything because I haven't put anything in here yet. I did this on purpose. I just wanted to show you guys this. So basically, when I was looking at the recipe for this, so the Naquadah, if you put Naquadah in with some of that antimonic, whatever it is, that stuff, if you put some of that in with some of that, you will get yourself hydrogen and fluorine and antimony. And to get this, you need hydrogen and fluorine and antimony. So we don't really need to do anything with this. Now, what I am planning on doing is I'm going to try and get this times 4. And they're going to be fed into all of these over here. Now, I have got some quadruple outputs right here. If we have a look in this one. These are... So here's an input. Here's an output. Here's an input. Here's an output. We don't need anything from the this recipe right here. We don't need these. We're literally doing it for these 4 things, right? The tritium, the Naquadaria, we've got the enriched Naquadah dust, and we've got the indium phosphide, however you say it, this dust as well. So these 4 are the things we actually want. Antimony is going to be fed back in anyway. I did just make some antimony, because how are we even making antimony? Sulfur dust and some stibnite, apparently, will make antimony, which is fine. But yeah, I made these 2 things. I hope that's all right with you guys. I also did a lot of tidying. I'll tell you what, before we start that one off, I wanted to show you a few of the tidying bits that I've done. So the first thing I did over here is I made this one a ZPM because it was not slow, it was just not quick. Let's just say that. I also, there we go. Now, I did make a configurator. Now, I did have a couple of issues, and that is because, if we have a look in here, it wasn't on bypass limit or power surge. Or I don't really think we need the power surge, but it wasn't on bypass limit, basically. So, a load of these stopped working. This one over here stopped working when I was trying to do some stuff. So, everything is now on the, the extra power, except that one, apparently. So, let's stick that one on. It was basically making it so nothing was running properly. So I'm glad I noticed that. I actually did get a comment from one of you guys about that. So thank you for your comment, because it actually really, really helps when you guys comment like that. So if we pop over here, you'll notice that all of my frostproof, no, what are they called? The vacuum freezers. All of my vacuum freezers over here are now on ZPM, including this one here. Got an extra ZPM underneath. Being fed by the gas collector thing to get air, and then that gets us some liquid air, right? These 2 right here, these 2 are also on ZPM now. I did a little bit of a purge of some of my older machines. Older being, the energy converters and the energy hatches. So these are now running really, really nicely. They're running like ridiculously quick. You can actually see there's got a few bits in there still, but it's getting through. Oh, flipping it! It's getting through the backlog a lot quicker than it was. I really should make, like, I don't know, 8 more of these macerators, and then maybe 8 more of the thermal centrifuges as well. say that, I should probably make a bigger version. You know, the big versions. These are the multi-blocks. We want the big versions. That's what I'm calling the different things like this. This is the big version of the chemical bath. But there is I think there's a chemical bath, like, multi-block. If there's not, you know what I mean, right? So, anyway. So yeah, let's get cracking on that thing. Did I do anything else? Oh, I did, didn't I? Yeah, I got rid of this. Remember we had the sieves right here, the mechanical sieves? Yeah, they're gone now, aren't they? Because we've got those over there now, so we don't need those. I did get rid of everything that was making us, like, the sand and so on and so on. Gravel as well. We probably need to do something about the gravel. Because, no, we don't need to do anything about this gravel. I sorted that one as well. I'm going to leave it there for now. But basically, these two over here are now being fed by these ones over here. I think, where did I put them? Ah, they're behind. Look, there you go. So the sand is being pulled out and being sent over to there. And then we've got the same on the gravel. So they're being pulled out and sent over to there as well. That's pretty cool. I think we did quite a bit between episodes. To be fair, it took me flipping ages to do that. I will be working on the fusion reactor, by the way, at some point today. I just wanted to show you that that's been happening. Seriously? There's a bat down here? Where? You underneath? No. What? Why is there a bat down there? I heard a bat. Are you inside one of these? No, surely not. Oh my goodness, there's a bat in there. Go on, out you go. That's ridiculous. Okay, well, at least we let him out before we started doing some horrible chemical processes to it. That's how the Sandman from Spider-Man 3 got made. So, fly, my pretty. By the way, Sandman, the entrance for it was amazing. Anyway, so right here, what we need to do is we need to get ourselves... let's have a look at this one. We need 8 buckets of hydrogen. And then we need 4 times 7. What is 4 times 7? 28? Yeah, we need 28 buckets of fluorine. So I might use a precision. Precision? Is that how that's going to work? I don't know how we're going to get it out of the system like this. Drum. Probably just use a drum, right? What's a smaller version? Okay, we got this one right here. These will probably do, right? The gold drum does the same thing, so we'll use gold, because why not? Hydrogen. Ah, actually, I actually do have a plan for this because of how it all works, right? So, and in fact, we don't need a drum. What we could do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only have 7 buckets. I remember now. Okay. So that's going to go in the input right here. So we just do 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so on. So I want to just quickly mention that I believe... Oh, I kind of want to put it all in a big bang when it comes to the 27. So maybe we do need the drum. Drum. I believe someone keeps like commenting on the videos and saying, by the way, they're going to get rid of the dual inputs. So where you've got like both the item and the fluids in the same like area, in the same like hatch. So we might have to go around and fix that at some point because we've got like loads of them because they're really, really fun. I might is there another one around here? Because there's a bat over here. I can see it on the map. Where are you? Did you go all the way down? There you are. Hello. There must be another one in there. No way. No way is there another one inside like this one. You're kidding me. Oh, you're kidding me. That's so funny. Okay, when these turn on, it might be fine. Anyway, so yeah, what we want to do, hydrogen. We need 1 more of these. I'm going to pop that one in there like that. And then we need the fluorine, don't we? I think it's fluorine. I always forget how to spell fluorine, if I'm honest. Right, and that should be 28, and I think it's 28 that we need. I hope. So I stick this in like that. It should do 4 at a time because of the parallel. And then it should basically go backwards and forwards. So when that one finishes right there... Why do you take 40 seconds now? Oh, that makes sense because we're using... yeah, it's going to be 4 times the amount of time, right? I think that's how that works. Wait, if we do this... right there... ZPM takes 40 seconds. And we're actually doing it at UV, which is 20 seconds. But they double it, but you actually get 4 times the amount of stuff out of it, right? That makes sense. But basically, when this one's done, there you go. It'll pop it in this one. And that one will make the stuff that we want. And then it'll pop it back in here. You're only doing 2. No. No, that's not what we want. Okay. Probably because... what? Did you only get half the recipe back? There's the input. Oh, never mind. I know why it did that. It's because we didn't have enough Naquadah in there. Yes, that's fine. Absolutely fine. Okay, right. I need an interface as well. You know what I could probably do? No, you know what? I'm just using interface. Why not? I'll just stick an interface on that one like that. This one doesn't have any output. In fact, I could get rid of... I wonder if I could do that. I've got a spare peak. Spare peak casing. If I break that one and I put that one there, you're gonna form. Okay, cool. That's good to see. Nice. Does this make sense to you guys? Now, what I could do is if I do Naquadah... where is regular old Naquadah dust? There you go. It makes 128 out of 1. To craft is 5. It basically uses 1 nether star, right? And then the nether star shard. So let me have a look at that one again. So we're doing all of the processing afterwards. So and it's all automated. So we don't actually need to tell it. But flipping heck. If we come up here. This one right here is nether star shard. So let's do the nether star shard. So this one right here. Stick that one in there and you get yourself a raw Naquadah. The raw Naquadah then obviously goes through and gets all smooshed up. But basically it's just one of these right here. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Did I show you guys that there you go. I moved the explosion compressor, whatever it's called. Implosion compressor. I moved it over here. I'm doing the same thing. This is one of those where it doesn't require a pattern. So the ingredient buffer, you send all the stuff to the ingredient buffer, and then it gets pulled into the input bus. And I'm doing the same thing over here as well, where we've got the industrial TNT, and that's being pushed in. But I'm using a modular router for this one because obviously we can use the regulator augment thing. Anyway. So yeah, I moved that one over here because it makes more sense than being over here, right? This is just like stupidly neat down here. I'm loving it. I will admit, I'm absolutely loving playing this pack again since I did the stream. I think that's what I needed. I needed to sort of sit down with you guys and be like, what do I need to do then, lads? And then you guys gave me the suggestion of the cobbleworks, and now I'm just like proper into it again. So there it is. Anyway, right, now I can just say, get me some Naquadah, and it will go process it. I don't know if we need, like, Naquadah dust for much. We could possibly... do we need the actual Naquadah? Because we don't need to do this anymore, do we? Naquadah dust and that sort of stuff. I think that's what we need to do. Alloy blast furnace. Oh, we do need it for that. Oh, but that'll be an automated recipe anyway. Mixer. Again, we've probably got that already set up. And all of these we've already got set up as well. Nice. So that is the only recipe. So we don't actually need that anymore. So what we can do is we could say make us 1 Naquadah, which will then get us, 128. So if we pop up here, you'll see that this thing is now running. Takes 19 seconds, which is fine. It will then process everything over here. Although, to be fair, this thing is running like a madman right now. So I'm not sure if it's going to get there as like quick as we want. My goodness, look at all of the refined stuff that we've got. Oh my geez Louise. Okay, yeah, we should definitely... Oh, there you go. There's our Naquadah stuff. They're all coming in. Lovely. Anyway, those are going down here. They're going to do half a recipe right now. Oh, no, they're doing all of the recipe. Lovely. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? Basically, we're going to process all of our Naquadah for free down here. Otherwise, wow, it's not for free. I will say it's going to take quite a bit of power. Now, I did do another thing between episodes I should probably talk about, and that is I set up the crafts for the solar panels. Now, I think this is the one that I can't do because we've got to set up these things. But I'm pretty sure we could set that up. Yeah, there you go. See, it pushes all the stuff over there and then comes back. This seems like a bit of a waste, though, doesn't it? That we've got a whole chemical plant that only does one recipe, but this only does one recipe as well. So, it's all good. And then we've got another chemical plant up here, which I was planning on using for my plat line. Because everyone said that's the next thing I should be doing, is setting up a plat line. Although, I will say that we could use this one right here for the liquids. So, we don't really need this one anymore. Although, do we need this for any other recipes? This one right here, I don't think we need anymore, do we? Because this one was the one to get us, like, all of the recipes for, well, that we don't need anymore because we got the chemical plant thing. We do need it later on for this advanced chemical plant. Chemical synthesizer thing. Okie dokie. Don't think we're at that point yet, but yeah, maybe we leave this one right here purely for all of these things, and then we take the boron nitride dust or whatever, and we take all of these. Oh, that is a good point. I just remembered something now that I just remembered about the boride stuff. Over here, there was several recipes which have just completely changed. So, and I put them in this one, I believe. Yeah, these ones. So previously, it was different. It wasn't this. Like to get you didn't get 7 of these salts right here, or maybe you did get 7, but it was the thing that uses them. No, it was this one. Yeah. So it was like you put 1 soda ash and 1 of the hydro quinoa, whatever you call it, that thing, the hydro stuff right there. So yeah, those have changed, and that was really irritating because I was like, why is nothing working? And it took me like a good half an hour to figure out what recipes were wrong, and I still don't think I've got every recipe that's changed. It would be quite nice if maybe in the patch notes or somewhere like that. Maybe they do put them there. I know Truly Know, who made this pack, by the way, was in my stream the other day, and that was amazing to have the pack developer right there. That was awesome. Anyway, right. This one's now done. The next thing I was going to do, before we do the plat line, because I'm just putting that off, I was kind of planning on upgrading this. Now, I did make myself, what are these called again? Fusion machine casings. Fusion machine casings. I did make myself 8 of these. I think it's probably cheaper for me to get the LUV energy hatches, if I'm honest, but... Oh, and someone said that you can't overclock this. So there's no point in me overclocking. Also, we've got like loads of hatches and stuff. Does it say on the fusion reactor if we do that? Is that the amount we need? Also, if you do P1, it shows you how many of these you can do as well. We definitely need the superconducting coils. Like, for example, if I were to get... So these ones right here, LUV, or just LV. Output, for example. Input hatch? No, let's do an output hatch. It's an output bus. Output hatch. There you go. So if I break this one, for example... Oh my giddy aunt. You're not going to let me? Oh, I need a wrench. Okie dokie. So let's do this one on top. You see how everything breaks? And this is not an actual thing anymore. If I put another one there... Input hatch. Okay. What about if I put another input hatch? If I put another input hatch down, you're not going to let me do it. Okay, what about, for example, if I put an input hatch there, and then we put another one there. Input hatch, output hatch, flipping heck. Okay, so it literally needs to be the way it is right now. Fair enough. Right, how do we do this then? What I was going to... I'll tell you what. The best thing to do right now is get rid of all of my stupid applied energistics that I put on this. So... I've just got to do it, I suppose. What is this connected to? I should probably have a look. Okay, so it's the one next to the blue cable upstairs. So let's go to basement. So where's the blue cable? So I think it's this one. If I do that, it'll tell me. Are you going to be downstairs? Yeah. There you go. That one's flashing. So we could... Oh, that's fine. We can just move all of that stuff. I think that would probably be the best idea. Now, the plan for this is we're not actually going to upgrade this as much as we are just going to, instead of having it as a pattern, we're just going to make it so it feeds hydrogen into this one and it feeds the neodymium into this one. I think that would be a good idea. Also, this is a bad idea right here, what I'm about to do. Vein mine. I don't like vein mining when it comes to applied energistics. It just feels odd. Feels weird. There we go. Yeah, I remember I did all of this, by the way. If you didn't watch the episode where I set all of this up. I did all of this because I was not convinced that we could set one of these to be like, only liquid europium can come out of this one. I should probably do... What's the other recipe we've got? How do you spell that? No, what? Geranium. Yeah, bookmark that, and I'll set that one there as well. I didn't know you could drag and drop from over there. So we've got 2 output hatches right there. Output hatches are there as well, right? Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, someone said that you can't overclock this. So why am I doing this right here? I have no idea. And why have we got all of these down here? It doesn't matter, I don't think. I'm half convinced that we could just put ZPM. Oh yeah, I've got a let's pop back up here. I've got a thing for this. If we have a look right here, I think it's jungle gets me a ZPM and then a 1A. So if I do jungle fence, oh, I can't do it because we need the Europium. That's fair enough. Okie dokie. So what we will do to begin with then is I'm going to get rid of... that's not what I wanted to get rid of. Thank you. There we go. Now, how do we do this? Neodymium needs to go in this one, and then... are we literally just going to use it for Europium? Are we using geranium for anything? Geranium. What is this used for? I don't know. Maybe it's needed for something, but for now, we'll make this one completely focused on Europium because that's how much we need. So we need to make ourselves an electric blast furnace because I believe the neodymium, which is this stuff. I believe this stuff. Electric blast furnace, yeah. You need to put it through the electric blast furnace to get the liquid version of it. Let's have a look. Put it through the scrapper. Yeah, there you go. Is that the only way you could do it? There's no way you can put in... You make like a block of it? Just trying to think if there's like a decent way to do it. So to get the liquid version, I mean. I don't think there is. So the way that we're going to have to probably do it is we're going to have to use a... Yeah, this is definitely how we're going to have to do it. So yeah, we're going to have to use a extractor So basically, feed the neodymium into a electric blast furnace, have an extractor. The extractor then feeds into one of these. Probably this one at the bottom here, I think. Or wherever, right? It doesn't have to be there. It could be over here, for example. So the liquid goes into that one, and then we need one for hydrogen as well. So I was having a look at hydrogen, and apparently distilled water in an electrolyzer, so we can make ourselves a big electrolyzer. Is there a good... Okay. Electrolyzer. We could use the multi-block version, but I kind of want to use the... which one is this? Is it that one? Is this the one that lets us do the... That's the electromagnetic... And that's the electro... No, that's the polarizer. But it also lets you do grinding and what? Oh, wait, sorry. That was to get rid of it. Okay. I don't think it's that one. Which one's the one that is purely for the electrolyzer? I'll have to look that one up. Oh, obviously it's the electrolysis chamber. So we could make ourselves an electrolysis chamber. It seems like a bit of a waste, though. I think I might go for the large version, so the large electrolyzer instead, just because it seems like a bit of a waste. So we need a few things for this. So first thing is we need a electric blast furnace. So one of those. Then we need an electrolyzer. No, wait, sorry. We need an electric blast furnace, and we need a extractor. Is there a big extractor? I actually don't know if there is. I don't think there is there? Like the one that uses the advanced extractor. I don't think so. No. Okay, so we will probably need to make the big version of the extractor, which is fine. So I will pop that one on there. So these two will get us the neodymium. And then for the electrolyzer, we're actually going to use a distillery tower. So there you go. Right. So we've got 4 machines that we need to make. Yeah. I will say I tried to be cheeky and I tried to swap out this over here. So I put this on top because I thought it'd be nice to have like a little walkway down the side, forgetting that you actually need the output hatch to be like right here. And you need the output bus to be right there. So yeah, it's just how it is. I could build these next to each other, to be fair. Yeah, I like that. Cool. Okay, right. So let's go program in a couple of fences, I guess, is what we're going to do. For now, I'm just going to put these 2 away, and we'll come back to those. Put all of this stuff away as well. So let's start programming in a couple of fences. So this one right here, I am going to do that. Oh, is that the one that we want to do? Wait. That is exactly the one we want to do, actually, looking at it. Yeah, cool. Instead of the HV, we're going to use ZPM. We just want a regular energy hatch. Stick that one right there. And I'm also going to use a 1A converter. Input hatch. Yeah, that one's fine, I think. Okie dokie. Why have we not got the output hatch? Okay, I'm going to set that as a recipe. And we're going to just slap it in there for now. There we go. So I know that I just got rid of that recipe, but that's fine. Because we do that one again. Now, I'm pretty sure, before we do anything, where I wanted to go, it's down here. There you go. How many, if I do shapeless, and we have a look right here, there's actually 20 because we only need one of the outputs. So that is what we need to do. We need to middle click, bump that up to 20, middle click, bump that down to 1. So output hatch, input hatch, output bus. And we don't really need it to be that output bus. So U out V. Output bus, where are you? That one. So you do kind of need to edit these. I'm just putting that out there because, again, we need that ZPM stuff. I probably should have done this before, but oh well. Yeah, we need all of this ZPM stuff. And that is going to be the dark oak fence because that's the one that we've currently got like free, if you know what I mean. So that's going to go in right there. I'm going to change the oak fence. Oh, wait a minute. Let me grab that dark oak one out again. I'm pretty sure it had a regular maintenance. It did. Okay. Maintenance. Let's put in one of the auto maintenance. Yeah, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? Nice. And in fact, what we could do now is we could say dark oak, and then we could just say, make us one of those, please. You need Europium. Classic. I might have to set up the downstairs bit again, just for a bit. Yeah, we could do that. Anyway, probably have done this bit before. Oh, well. Anyway, this one right here is going to be for the large electrolyzer, which we're not actually going to put in. So the next one is going to be for the multi-block of... I don't think we need tritium, if I'm honest. So maybe we go to Naquadah, which is number 5, I believe. Because we've already got the Naquadah coils. So if I just do that, again, what we need to do is we need to put a hatch in and so on and so on. I'll tell you what, I'll go off and I'll make all of the recipes for these and I'll get them all going. Or I'll get them all going after I've already set up the Europium downstairs. That makes sense, doesn't it? Right, looks like it is working. I did put some of the neodymium in here, and I put some of the hydrogen in here. So now we just need to wait, and that's going to do its thing and get some Europium. Perfect. That's what we like to see. Now, I am probably... Should I get myself an electrolyzer? So we need an advanced one, like that. That's going to go off and make us an advanced one. We need the multi-block upgrade. As well. We need... So let's grab these as they come in. Is it Kovar? No. Okay. This stuff. We technically only need 5 blocks of this stuff. So we are going to just let it do its thing right there. Thank you for telling me about that. You didn't bother telling me about the multi-block upgrade kit, though, do you? Yeah. Oh, well. Ooh, the mixer. Mixer seems to be broken. I need to put more of the travel anchors around the place, I think. It'll be this mixer, wouldn't it? Why are you broken? Because you've got loads of stuff in there. Why are you broken, though? That's the question. Okay, that is because program circuit is probably wrong. Okie dokie. So that one right there. Lots of debugging, I will admit, right now, but tis fine, tis fine. That should be on program 4. Why are you on program 2? Who knows? It just does this every so often. So you stick it on program 4, you close it up, and then it will work again. Who knows? It just does that every so often. It's a bit weird. Cool. Okay, so that'll be for this thing. I'm basically waiting right now for this to be finished. So we know how much we've got. Oh, I think it's on its last legs. Last one right there. Good, good. So at least with this one, because I kind of want to pump them into the LV input hatch right there. And is the... comes out of the electrolyzer, doesn't it? So yeah, we could put it here, couldn't we? Let's stick that one there. Yes. I believe, by the way, I believe it only needs 5. The big machine right here. There you go. I think it's 5. Anyway, we need the ULV inputs. There you go, input buses. I need to build this one up. I also need the maintenance hatch. Maintenance hatch before the other ones like nick all of the maintenance hatches. We are going to need to make like a bunch more of these at some point. It is all good. I'm going to put a ZPM right there as well. So we are going to run this as quick as we can. This needs an output, right? So what are we trying to electrolyze? The So we want hydrogen, which comes from distilled water. So distilled water, and then that'll get us... Maybe we use a quad. Oh, we not got any of these left? Okay, well, go off and make us one of those, please. So yeah, we're going to use a quad input, or actually we're going to use quad output. We're going to use one of these as the input right here. And what we could basically do is we could set up the... Ah, there you go. Lovely. That was actually really quick. I like that. We could set up the distillery tower, the tiny distillery tower, right here, and have it like output into one of these. This is a bus. Okay, so we'll change that one to a ULV hatch. I think we could do that. An input hatch. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And we can stick this one right here as well. And then all we need to do is put some power into this. So ZPM. Actually, wait. We've got a fence for this. It was the jungle fence, right? I want to say it was the jungle fence. We'll just let that go and do its thing. There you go. You still need to make some Europium? No, you do not. Good, good. There we go. I really need to get the... Is this thing over here still working? Wait a minute. Yes. I need to get the plat line all set up as well. I think that'd be a great idea. But, fine. For now, it's fine. We can just leave it. But that might be something we do maybe next episode. Next episode, plat line. And then the episode after that, we'll actually get into making the Mark II reactor for this. I think that'd be a good idea. Another thing that we might do today is make multiple donuts. We need multiple donuts, don't we? So, and we can use like the top. We can use the bottom of this as the top of another one, or we could use the top of this as the bottom of another one, right? And stick like. Basically, if you chop the bottom off of this, and you've only got these two right here, it's a lot less. And all you do is you stick that one on top. Does that make sense? Oh, we are going to need like another one of those coils though. And the coils are the most expensive bit. But I think that's only expensive because of the tritium. And we've now got a decent tritium thing. Now, another thing, I don't know if I mentioned this, but someone said instead of like just taking the jungle fence out and putting it back in, you don't need to do that. What you can do is you could just cancel the craft when it's done. And I'm like, that's genius. We should just do that instead. So, yeah, that's the plan. We're going to do that. I might put... No, I'm not going to put another travel anchor down. We're okay where we are right now. Just got to wait for this one to come in. It's nearly done. But yeah, that'll be the plan. We set this one up. And then I'll probably... With the other fences we've got right here. So that one's going to be for the distillation tower. This one's going to be for the electric blast furnace. This one... Here, I might move these ones over. There you go. Is that going to break the recipe? I don't think so. Anyway, yeah, this one right here is going to make us the extractor. Good stuff. All right, lads, I'm having a bit of an issue. And that is, I'm back with the hammers. These two, I can easily get out. Oh, that's not how you spell it. Hammer. There you go. So these two, I can happily get out of my system. They've got barely any durability, but it doesn't matter. I can get the diamond hammer out and get whatever out I want right there. I can't get these ones out. Why? I literally just made a bunch of new hammers. Oh, why does it not click up there? Okay, hammer. I can get them all out from here, and I can get those ones out as well. So I can get all of these out. I just don't get it. I use these hammers. I could potentially... This might just break it even more. That's a solid hammer right there. That's a full hammer, if you know what I mean. If I were to do that, and I were to put it in the system like that. Yeah, it's not let me take that one out either. I just ruined one of the hammers that do work. I don't get why it's not working. Like, I took some durability off of this one, right? So if we do... I mean, yeah, we kind of want to make some more buckets. So let me take this one out, and we'll make some iron... 100 of those, yeah. There you go. So I could pop this in like that. do that a load of times. So it's got like a bunch of durability taken off of it. There you go. So it's got 753 crafting uses left. Stick that in. 753. And you can't get it back out again. I don't understand. I don't understand why this is being such a pain in the bum. We did what we could. It's just been weird. Why have I got like loads of andesite in there? Weird, isn't it? And some annealed copper. Strange. I think we got the annealed copper purely because of scrapping things. I think it was a scrapping that did it. Plasma scrapper. I must have done something which... yeah, one of these probably. Yeah, some advanced cutter or something we got loads of annealed copper from. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is we cannot for the life of us get out those flipping hammers, and I don't know what to do at this point. A load of people said, why don't you just use like discs for everything? But well, you need a heck ton of discs to have the same amount of like room as this thing. Maybe you don't actually. Maybe we do move to discs. Okay. Maybe one of you guys has convinced me to do that. We'll do that another time. Basically, what I'm trying to say is we just knackered ourselves a little bit because why do we need the hammer? Fence. I was trying to make this one right here. So if we do that and we say start, it's like everything's good except you need a hammer. So if I do replan, we have a look down here. It's like you need to use one of the hammers. I don't remember which one it is that needs the hammer though. So out of the recipe, what do we do? Electric blast furnace. So I've got that one right there. Is that going to use a hammer? No, that one's fine. There you go. It's right there. Oak. Fence again. Go. Why? Why? Why is it like this? I wish it would tell us. Oh, wait. There is a button, isn't there? Crafting tree. That's the badger. That's what we wanted to look for. It does tell us. So it's this one right here, I think. So it's probably the normal bronze. Why have we got a bronze fluid pipe? Like that, a normal bronze fluid pipe. We need to take that one out. We could go put it in the extractor. Anywhere else? Anywhere else? We probably need to have a look at those wrenches as well at some point. It will probably do the same thing. Looking at it, I believe we are good to go now. I don't see any other flipping massive recipe though in it. I don't see any other like hammers or wrenches or whatever. Ah, there you go. So that one is right there, the heat proof. Okay, that's fine. Heat proof is fine. We can sort that one out, I suppose. Heat proof, and then it was that pipe, wasn't it? So come down here and I type in pipe like that. All of the pipes that we see in here, I'm actually just gonna go and convert into extractor recipes. I'm pretty sure all of these we can put in the extractor instead. Surely. So if I pop this one in, for example, and I go like that, it's an extractor recipe. So we could just stick them all in like this. Right, I'm also going to do that with all the frames. There's so many frames, though, because we can put that in the assembler instead. All right, figured out what the last part was. We need to do something about these rings, because they obviously do that one right there. I believe we've got a ring mold as well. Also, am I seriously doing this? It's 1 for 1 right there, whereas this is 1 for 4. Could have sworn it wasn't like that before. I'm pretty sure as well we got a ring mold over here. Ring mold. So that one, for example. Oh, that's so annoying. I should have done this ages ago. I swear we did it a few episodes back, but only with a few of them. I didn't realize we had this many. So I'm just going to set all of these up, basically, and then put them in the right place. And then we should be able to do everything we need. It's just annoying because, like, I don't know why it doesn't work now, me getting all of that stuff out of the, you know, all of the tools and things out of our big chest. It's weird that it's broken now when it wasn't before, obviously, because we've been using it fine for ages. Although this is probably a good idea because it's forcing me to do like all of these things. Before I show you though, that if I pop down here and I go up here, we filled up like a big portion of this one and a big portion of this one with the frames. So it's very annoying, but it's all good because we need to do it anyway, right? Where were we just now? Because I've done quite a bit between. Oh yeah, we were doing this, weren't we? So, ooh. That's not at all what I wanted to do. There you go. Right. So this is what we ended up doing. So I've got a little tiny distillation tower. This thing's still going, by the way, right now, because it's forever going. How much Europium? We've got 35 buckets worth of Europium right now. Liquid Europium. It's pretty good. I've got myself an electric blast furnace, and this thing is literally making us some neodymium with some helium as well. So we got the quicker recipe. Not that we need that, but I thought it might be a good idea to do anyway. So, oh yeah, I forgot about these. We really should go and get the tiny piles of ash out of the other ones, but meh, anyway. So that is outputting the neodymium into the input bus right here. This thing right here, the extractor, is extracting, and we're getting some liquid neodymium that is going into the ME interface right here, which is then going all the way up here and is going into this storage bus. And then on the other side, this one over here, there you go, you can hear it. It is taking some water, which right now I'm just using a interface. We've got infinite water because we've got the infinite water cell, right? So I'm doing that one. It is not outputting any like items, is it? Because water in one of these turns into distilled water. So we've got distilled water right there. That is going into the input hatch right here. And it's coming out of the input hatch right here. Now, I believe, yeah, there you go. It's already put some in here as well. So I believe what's happening right here is the hydrogen is going into the interface, which is then obviously going up and going into this over here. So same thing as the other side. Interface is going over to the storage bus right there. And that's for hydrogen. I have put on the storage bus only send hydrogen, right? And then this one over here is only... Actually, this one is locked anyway to oxygen because I've locked it in the super tank. I've also got void excess. Fluid voiding is enabled? I think that means that it's enabled right there. I don't know. Anyway. So this will get some oxygen. By the way, oxygen is held at the top because it's a gas. And it will hold that. If this fills up, it doesn't matter because it will void off any excess that goes in here, which is exactly what we want because we want this to continually work, right? So basically, when this fills all the way up and is used and is continued to be used over and over and over, eventually it will get to the oxygen and the oxygen will go in here and then it will just continue on from there, basically. So hydrogen and the neodymium, that's literally all we needed right here. Now, I was going to set up a thing for this where we do like half a ring and then we can set up like a big pattern for it. And then I found that everything is so much more difficult now that we don't have any hammers. As in, we can't take any of these hammers out. We can take the Elite Forge hammer, but we can't take any of these out, right? We've just seen that it doesn't work when we do it. So what I ended up doing was I've swapped my lathe for one thing. So over here, we've now got the big lathe. This is the same thing. It's a cutting saw, but I've stuck it on lathe mode right there. And that is because we could do the parallel stuff, which is really cool. Stuck all of these on here. We've got loads of like hatches. That is a good point. I need to probably... Oh, I can get to them from the top. I like that. Probably do distinct on all of these. There you go. I don't think it matters if I'm honest, but yeah, there we go. That one there, basically we are out of channels if we do that. So yeah, we got 3 channels being used right here. Although we're about to get rid of a couple of channels because this over here, I'm going to completely get rid of because the bender is no longer being used. The HV bender, this thing did us well, to be fair. This thing has been an absolute beast. It is going to be retired, though. It's going to go live in California or wherever people go and retire nowadays. And over here, we've got a new large material metal press. I think it's called large material press. And that is going to be set to bender. Right there. Set it on 4. And we've got a flip ton of recipes right here, haven't we? So these two right here are purely plates. And you'll notice as well, I went through and I painstakingly put all of the program circuits with these. So every single one of these has got a program circuit. It's got a program circuit. These, by the way, are now using the ingots. Previously, for example, if we were getting electrum foil, we would get electrum plates and put it back through on option 1. Whereas this, I believe, is option 10. I might say it if we do this. Yeah, option 10. So, yeah. And to be fair, all of these are option 10, but I couldn't be bothered to select the correct ones. I think I did do distinct buses for the rest of them, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I added these two later on. I've actually got a completely empty one right there. So if we need to do some more later on, which we might do, because these two are full up, and we might need some more in here, then we can. I also put in all of the double ingots. So now you just put in 2 of, I don't know, like stainless steel, for example. You put 2 stainless steels into here. It sets it to option 2, and it makes you a double ingot, which is really good. And that was one of the big things that used the hammer. So if you remember, like, other than all of these things and the rings and stuff like that. Okay, there's so many recipes for this. Yeah, there you go. So that's like a double right there. Yeah. Instead of doing that for like this one, for example, you could just put it on option 2. And I almost did the plates, but I caught myself, and we're doing it with the solid ingots straight away. So that was really useful. And then the last thing was the long rods, good old rods. And that is actually being produced in our extruder over here. You could basically do everything with an extruder. You got a long rod recipe right there. And then these are all of the long rods that we already had in our system. Good old long rods right there. Now, I'm still finding every so often recipes that use like hammers. And I'm sure there's loads of recipes that use like the wrench and stuff like that. Oh, I bet there's tons of recipes that use wrenches. Now, something like a hopper, by the way, if we have a look at this one, you can make it in an assembler. So we're going to have like a ridiculous amount of assembler recipes soon, because it's just, we're replacing all of the ones that use tools. Because the tool thing doesn't work. If the tool thing still worked, I would still use it. But yeah, there you go. So we've upgraded from 2 of the multi-block machines. I don't know what we're going to call it. The large machines. We've upgraded to the large other machines. I don't know what you call them. Because you can't really call these GregTech, because these are technically GregTech as well. The multi-block upgraded ones instead of the multi-block one. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So this one right here, I can rip down if I want to. Go on then. We're going to have to do it, I think. Cool. Okay, so that one right there, that is producing us some sheldonite. Yeah. Yeah, that does make sense. Okie dokie. So yeah, this thing is still going right now. I actually had a really big backlog because this thing right here didn't have any acceleration cards in it. So it was pulling out all of the different things from here. But it was trying to put them in all of these. And because it couldn't, because it was too slow and everything was super slow with this. I was like, why the heck is this one not on all the time? And then I did ore like that. And we've got like loads. So it's going to get through the backlog of this relatively quickly because it is on, I think, ZPM speeds. Oh, no, never mind. What? You're a 4A. I don't know why it's not doing it. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Yeah, there you go. So we can get rid of this. But it needs somewhere to put those, doesn't it? So this doesn't really need to be like this, does it? Never mind. Yes, we are going to leave it like this. I don't want to mess with it right now. I could always turn that into an interface is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I think the next thing we should do, we should make a big wire mill and we should make a big macerator. And maybe we fit them down here. Maybe we move them somewhere else because it's cramped, isn't it? So, yeah. And also, oh, cool. We went down by a channel, a single channel. But yeah, I think maybe over here somewhere. We could maybe fit one over here for the wire mill. And macerator we could put somewhere as well. That'd be good. This one always annoys me because I maybe should have put that one underneath this. Oh, who knows? Anyway. Yeah, there we go. Did we do what we wanted today? I think we did. We automated. This is passive, by the way. This is passive. I finally did a passive thing. You guys have been shouting at me about doing passive stuff for a while. So, and there it is. It's flipping passive. So, we did it. We did it, everyone. It's a bit messy, isn't it? I've probably, like, fix this up at some point. But yeah, between episodes, what I do want to do is I want to get fusion reactor. And I want to get at least 8 of these because people say that 8 is a good number. So we're going to try and get 8 of these. And what I'll end up doing, I think... 7 would be easier, wouldn't it? I mean, we could still do stuff with this, couldn't we? Yeah, it should be all right. Yeah, okay. But yeah, what we could do is we can make it so this cable just goes up and goes to all of the... actually, it'll be the input hatches. Yeah. Yeah, and just like bumps into the input hatches. Yeah, that would make sense. Anyway, this one will be the bottom. And then we'd have one that comes all the way up here. I did measure it earlier, and you can get 8 more or 7 more of these in. So, and those will be purely for Europium. I might have to set up my MK2, Mark II. Wait, no. Yeah, Mark II even. So, might have to set this one up. Oh, hello. I don't know where we set this one up. Maybe underneath? We could do it underneath. I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll have to do one of those somewhere as well. I think it's because there's like a new thing that we need from this. So that's LUV. That's a Mark II recipe as well. So tin plasma. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what we need from this, if I'm honest, but copper and silver gets you osmium, apparently. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I think all of the ones with Mark II will do us. I don't know what this thing is right here. AUX. Maybe it's one of these. I don't know. You can do a parallel with the... What the heck is this thing? Oh, you need a Mark III. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Anyway, yeah, that's the plan. We're going to do some fusion reactor stuff, I think, next episode. And I'll build this one up. Anyway, for now, I feel like that is quite a lot that we did today. We got this thing running over here. If we had any Naquadah. Regular old Naquadah. Naquadah dust. It's going to take about 20 seconds to do that. Yeah, if we had any of that, it would come in here. And this should like feed backwards and forwards. And all you need is basically some Naquadah from this. Now, over here, as I said, we have got some antimony dust. And when we finish the craft, we get an antimony out of it. So again, we don't really need this over here, like to be fed all the time. We should probably have got it out of this, but doesn't matter. It's all good. I'm just waiting for that to actually come in now. I bet you as soon as I go up here, they're going to kick in. Oh, you are done. Oh, you over here, all of my ore processing is actually taking quite a while now because... Am I running out of power? That might be a thing, you know. No, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I should probably upgrade my power at some point as well. Anyway, what we could do is if we look in here and we go to... Where is the Naquadah? There it is. Oh, well, apparently there's no raw Naquadah. Are you actually running right now? No. Why are you being weird? You get lost in the soup, did you? Oh, because all the shoulder notes coming in. I bet you there's like crushed Naquadah in here. Yeah, there it is. What I can do is I can actually take this out and I can replace that one instead. There we go. And now we can see this. There you go. Now it's running. Lovely stuff. Right, anyway, I am going to call it here for today. So, thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.